welcome back to Shannon's Plants Planting Time. How are you today? Today I walked in the plant room and everything looks so lush and full. I thought we'd take a moment off from fertilizer and do a plant room tour. So it's going to be a little lengthy, and I have some new plants to show you. Probably ones you've seen on Instagram, but if you don't follow me on Instagram, then this will be the first time that you see them in the plant room. So anyway, let's get started. So I'm going to take you off of here and we're going to do the plant tour. First of all, I'm going to give you an overview of the plant room. Yes, it is dark. So anyway, let's get going. We'll start in this corner. In this corner, I have a Philodendron Brazil. This is one of the first plants I got in my plant collecting journey. And I remember I was so happy when I found it at, I think, Lowe's or one of the big box stores. And it has grown an enormous amount. So it's creeping back there too. So anyway, very pretty, a classic. Next to that, I have my rattlesnake calathea or Calathea lancifolia. This was a gift from my fiance. He bought it not because he knew what calathea were, but because he thought it looked cool. So I was like, thank you, honey, for getting me a fussy plant. But it really hasn't turned out to be that fussy. It's one of the easier calathea to grow, in my opinion, because my other ones have died. So back behind here we have a very small Rhaphidophora hyi, and as it shingles up and wraps around this pole, it just gets smaller and smaller. The leaves are getting smaller. I don't understand. I've repotted, I've cut the bags, I don't know, but it is not getting any bigger despite the support. In front of that, we have my beautiful Hoya pubicalyx splash. It is releasing these tendricles everywhere. Reminds me of a jellyfish when it does that, but it's putting out these runners everywhere, and hopefully the leaves will grow in on them in time. Next to that, hidden back here, we have a Rhaphidophora hyi little propagation that is slowly taking off. I forgot to water it, and so push back a little bit. And then here we have my Colocasia mojito. It's got some bigger leaves up here. So pretty. Got that in Charlotte, I think. Next to that, we have one of my favorites, which is my Alocasia Black Velvet. I remember being so excited to get this because I saw all kinds of pictures of it on Instagram, and I thought it was just a beautiful plant with its dark foliage and white veins, and it is growing quite a bit, throwing out some big leaves. Hope he doesn't go dormant for the winter. This will be my second winter with him. This leaf is kinda chopped off midway, but anyway, very pretty plant. Next to that we have my Alocasia dragon scale. It is but a baby, and I found that when I was in Florence at Forest Lake Nursery or greenhouses, and just waiting on him to get bigger. Back behind there we have one of my originals, which is my Philodendron Birkin. Been through a journey with this guy with root rot and several times, and he finally looks well established, but never know with those things. Next to that is my Anthurium fingers, or Pedata radiatum. It's putting out a bunch of new leaves. Progressively the fingers on it release more and more appendages, and that's how you can tell he's maturing. But yeah, can't find his newest leaf. I don't know where it is. He's got some brown tips. Back behind there, under the grow light, is my Anthurium plowmanii, or a bird's nest Anthurium, shooting out some ruffles. Next to that hanging up is my very large Vanda orchid. It's not in any substrate. It has to be watered twice a day. So yeah. And hiding back behind that is my little fiddle leaf fig, my little filth. And right here is my Alocasia Regal Shield. Very pretty. I only got 4 leaves on him. I don't know if that means one is on the way out or not. But yeah. It's just dust, not spider mites. Just dust. And in here we have a very sad Dieffenbachia, because they continue to perplex me. And hiding under these leaves is what's left of my Pilea peperomoides. It was huge when I first bought it, but it has slowly lost all its big leaves and now just has babies. I don't know if I should try to propagate him or just let him be, see if he fills back out. But Pilea and Peperomia continue to perplex me. Next to it is my Alocasia poly, or African mass. I like the dark foliage again with the light veins. So he's got quite a new number of leaves, and hopefully he won't go dormant this winter either. Back here is my Philodendron Hope Cilium. It's one I had to cut back totally because of mealybugs. and it is just now starting to grow in after a long, long time. It's one of the first plants I ever got. Up here is my very sad spider plant. Although I've been repotting and fertilizing, he has yet to give me any babies. And I don't know if he's just not happy with his spot, but yeah. Up here is a very happy wandering dude. Just a Transcania green and purple form. Took many propagations from him. Up there is my Maranta leucanura, just the plain green form. And next to that we have a orchid, Phalaenopsis orchid Kokedama. And right there we have a Philodendron golden goddess. And back here, back in the back there, we have a Peperomia polypatra, which is full right now, but in my experience with Peperomia, it will probably drop all its leaves and be unhappy with me, because that's the way they always do. Here we have a Dendrobium orchid that is in bloom. Might have seen him on my Instagram. Well, he's not in bloom, but he's in spike. He has buds, and hopefully they will all come to bloom. I don't know how long it takes, but it seems like he's been throwing up those blooms for a while. Right here is one of my first plants. It is my purple passion plant. And he is getting so big. I have staked him, but I don't know. He needs some work. Here we have my Philodendron Imperial Green. He just threw out this leaf and has yet another one on the way. Can't tell if I have that in the frame. There he is. And another Phalaenopsis orchid underneath all that. And down here we have a Mandula pothos. Very pretty variegation, and finally figured out what he likes, which is to be pulled away from the grow lights a little bit and lots more water than normal pothos. Down here we have my ever stagnant Lemon Surprise, which is like a twirly Dracaena. And over here we have another Suffering Peperomia, just the plain green form. And let's see what I mean about it being overgrown. Underneath here we have a, what is it, a lemon lime heteroecium, and a Philodendron Macaulay's Finale. I'm actually unsure where my camera stopped working, where the memory card got full. So, I think we were about here at this Philodendron Macaulay's Finale. You can see I recently stuck it on a homemade moss pole because it was getting such big aerial roots down there. This plant comes in beautifully with that red petioles and stems, and the new leaves come out a rusty color, and then they fade to this green color. Too bad we don't have a new leaf. We've got two on the way here, and they do come out this beautiful color, but nonetheless, we don't have any new ones, so we'll just have to look at the old ones. And here we have my bird's nest fern, which is just thriving. He's getting huge. This is my fourth one of these. I kept watering in the rosette there, and you cannot get any water down there or it will rot the fern. So it took me a while, but now this one is huge. And you can step back and see that everything is overtaking my space here. It is, everything is just growing, and it is just, I've repotted, and I'm like, oh no, where are all the new big pots going to go? So they're crowded in here. I don't know if I showed my spathiphyllum back there, but even he seems happy. He has a water globe because he gets to stay so thirsty. Going back a little bit, I don't know if I showed my Philodendron Golden Goddess. He is huge. He was a rescue from a big box store, and he is just getting off the charts there. Big. Hiding back here is my very flowered African violet, and next to him is my Mexican butterwort, or a pinguicula, which is also flowering. He's my fungus gnatcatcher. And here is a sad succulent. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with succulents. They hate me. It's either over or underwater, but either way, they're never happy in my care. He's about as happy as one's ever been, but even he just doesn't look happy. Here is my huge Phalaenopsis orchid. Oh, and there's my frog. Look at him. Oh, he looks fat. He is my resident frog. I'm glad to caught him on camera. Oh, how cool. Yeah. He's my little bug catcher. Huh. So cool. Anyway, enough of the frog. This is my huge red vein Maranta, which has also been flowering all summer long. But I tell you, you see a yellow leaf on these things and you think it's easy to pull off, and it's not. But then up here we have my orchid cactus. And then over in this corner we have my very dramatic aluminum plant. Posted a picture of him on Instagram re-inflating after I had forgotten to water him for just a little while. He's very dramatic, like a Photonia. He likes to flop and then he comes right back. And next to him is my Christmas cactus, or at least I think it's a Christmas cactus. It's finally got some new growth coming out on the tips. He hasn't grown in a while. Back here is my big basket of mostly Photonia. All that is Photonia, even the pink. And this is a Moon Valley friendship plant. It's poking out the side there. I love the texture of this one. Feels like no other. And Mr. Frog again. My two Hoya Carrii One Leaf Wonders. I have hopes that this one is going to grow into more than, you can see this one's already dying. This one definitely does not have any stem or node, but I checked and it looks like this one might, so might have gotten lucky. And sorry, I'm walking around the grow lights. Here is my big beautiful basket of micans, philodendron micans. He is trailing. He's absolutely gorgeous. And back there in the corner is a Scindapsus argyrius. And then over here, this huge whole thing here is my angel wing begonia. You can see she is just loving her spot and taking off. And here is my Pothos and Joy. And here is some kind of basket of Tradescantia that I got for free at a nursery. It was just a little plug, and it's grown out to that since. It's getting some beautiful variegation on it. I don't know what kind it is. It's half pink, half like yellow or cream and white, but it's getting quite pretty. And starting up here we have my Hoya retusa. It is trailing down. When I first saw these things, I thought they looked like a tuft of grass, but I have since changed my mind and I like them very much. So yeah, ran into that in a nursery in Charlotte. Up there is one of my oldest plants. It is a Peperomia obtusifolia. One of the only Peperomia I can keep on this planet. And up there is a Hoya. Well, right here is a Hoya propagation. This is new leaf up there. He's growing all wonky. And back there in the corner, in that brightly colored pot, is just a little mixture of like Monstera adansonii, Savvy Blue. No, you really can't see it. And then up there I have my two Philodendron heteroecium. They are trailing quite a bit now, all the way down to here, past the Scindapsus. Both of them are trailing and hiding the beautiful Scindapsus pictus beautiful Scindapsus pictus exotica. Have two of them right there. I should combine them together and let them get in one big basket so they'll be big and lush. And then coming down here we have my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. I have all feelings that this was a tissue culture Rhaphidophora because he was bluish in tint when I first got him, but he has since grown out into all green and looks beautiful now, and I don't think you can tell the difference. He's outgrowing his moss pole for the 100th time, and I have propagated him and propagated him. So here is Peperomia Happy Bean. Excuse the sticker. Next to him is a propagation Philodendron Brazil, and that's what most of these are on these shelves, is propagations. This is a little propagation set with just some Monstera adansonii in it. Here is my Pilea sharing plant. It looks like crap because I forgot to water it and then watered it too much, and you know they're not very forgiving. And here is my beautiful Syngonium white butterfly. It is one of the only Syngonium I own. I also forgot to water him last week, and I came in and he was flopped over, but he recovered much better than the Pilea sharing plant. So like I said, just here is a bunch of propagations that are mostly just mixtures, or either Rhaphidophora, Staghorn Fern, little Monstera that I propagated from a wet stick. And yeah, I plan on selling those soon. And over here we have my beautiful Scindapsus trubii Moonlight. Is finally taking off too. These are new leaves, not yellow. They appear yellow on camera, but they're just new leaves unfurling. And yeah, she's growing. Back there I have my one and only Caladium Moonlight. And right here I have some propagations that I won't go into. They're in this cute little grow container that I got from the dollar store, and I just stuck these in it, and I use it for propagating. Here is my huge Monstera adansonii neriform, and it was a rescue from Lowe's, and I rescued one of the plants, and then I had to go back and get the other one because he was weighing on my mind. So I combined them in a basket, and he's doing beautiful on his moss pole and looks great. You could never tell he was a rescue, or at least I don't think you can. Up there in the corner is my beautiful neon pothos. It is supposed to be trailing on the ceiling, but every time I hook him up to hooks on the ceiling, see the hooks there, he pops down, so I haven't messed with him. I know he doesn't look it, but he needs water. It's definitely time to water him. He is starting to trail over here pretty good. But yeah, neon pothos. We're almost done. Down here we have a Sansevieria or Dracaena starfish, I guess. And it's growing ever so slowly. And here we have my big ol' Monstera deliciosa. Wrong way. It's growing pretty well. I had a Monstera and somebody convinced me to give it to them, and I did, and I went over and saw it the other day, and they're not taking care of it. They have it outside in the hot sun, and I wanted to rescue it back, but I didn't. But here's his newest leaf. Not very impressive, but still. And mixed up in this is my Alocasia. I think it is a Saran. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Saran. I thought it was a Frydek. Or at least a Micoluciana. But it doesn't have that velvety texture, so I looked this up, and its parents are the Frydek and the Alocasia zebrina. You can see that it has those petioles that the zebrina has, the colored petioles. And he has a new leaf coming in right there. Right here. Which is good because I accidentally dropped something on one of his, and one of these is actually broken. I just have it propped up with Velcro tape. So, yeah. He's very pretty. Looks like a Frydek except for the velvet. Missing the velvet. So anyway, that is all for the plant room. Give you one last glance. Oh, I have the grow lights out. I have my computer over there because this is where I do most of my work. But yeah, I just walked down and everything seems so lush, and I wanted to capture it before winter hits. And so anyway, thank you for tuning in to my plant room tour. Hope you enjoyed it. I love doing tours. I think they're so much fun. They're a little bit lengthy, but so much fun. So anyway, please follow me on Instagram at ShannonCollier26. We're doing a giveaway the same day that this video goes up at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it will be 2 Hoya that are given away. So anyway, I'll try to get this video out and up in time for that. But anyway, yeah, so check that out at ShannonCollier26. And anyway, as always, I hope to see you in the next houseplant video. Bye!